This is Coach and the Kid. I'm the Kid, and today Coach and I will be showing you something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about this interview that Gilbert Arenas did on his show about how Zion Williamson has been dealing with many issues on and off the court, mostly about how his weight has prohibited him from playing and the constant fat shaming he's faced on social media and things like that. So we're going to let this video play, and Coach and I are going to react to it afterwards.
The thing is, just go back to, like I said, standing back there, man, it's just an invincibility trait. When you're young, you feel like can't nothing stop you, but then when you look back on your life, you really look at it like, man, the people who gave me wisdom, who like tried to nurture me, tell me, man, like, you don't need to do that, you need to do this. They didn't try to force their way into your life. So at this point in my life, I'm just looking back at it like, man, who really gave me wisdom? Who really tried to put me on game to things? And like I said, man, at the end of the day, people gonna get their opinions. And what I can say is I do respect brutal honesty. I'd rather somebody be brutally honest with me than try to sugarcoat it, because at the end of the day, if they honest with me, I know what I need to do to fix it.
100%. Yeah, that's real. And you look slimmer already, bro. You look ready to go.
You look full of life. Look, we've been there before. I've been there before,
so I know, like, for real, like, genuinely, right? You always been a happy kid, man. So like we always wish that, like, come on, man, just. Like, we know the 27 and 12. We know you're going to do that. We just want to see you just stay on that so you can be who you are. You know what I mean? So it's like, just, seeing you walk by, like, you happy. So, you know what I mean? Just let that spirit take you with you. And
I love y'all stories, man. Y'all some real G's to the game, and I do appreciate it.
Hey, let me ask you real quick. This summer, has it been more cardio or more dieting? Like, what has been your thing that, like, all right, I can do that to help me get my weight up?
So the diet piece, I'm always able to come back each summer feeling good, looking good. Yep. But I would say it's more of just locking in on, like, flexibility, band work, because I think it's those things that will be able to keep me on the court longer versus just losing a bunch of weight and then coming to play and not being able to maintain that. So Bron got the blueprint.
Yeah.
I'm trying my best to
No, serious. Like,
really.
like, I've watched him. I watched him from when he first came in. We still talk now, and just it's crazy because it's a job for him, right? When I say a job, you're talking about getting to the gym at 1:00, for a 7:00 game. So he's really preparing, understanding, like, but he's been there. It's the veterans that he came in with. It's just really understanding, just the game and the process. And for the most of us, we're not fortunate to have veterans that can walk us. You know what I mean?
No, we're not.
We don't.
Real.
So when you really have to understand that this is a luxury. He had KG, right? It's a luxury. I had Antoine Jameson, Larry Hughes, and them. I was just wild as fuck. You know what I mean? He didn't have no vet. His vets didn't like him.
Kurt Thomas like me?
Dirty Kurt.
Kurt had me outside.
But to your point, though, man, I feel like a lot of your past.
All right, so, first of all, man, I just want to say, yeah, this is going to be, a lot to say because, number one, Zion Williamson is a fantastic player. He's awesome, man. He has an opportunity to be the face of the league, honestly. But every year, even since high school, idiots, and if you're one of them, I'm calling you an idiot, have went after Zion about his weight. Okay. And, I'm a bit sensitive to this because, I'm overweight, right? And if you don't know my background and you don't know my family, most importantly, people look at people who are overweight and they think it's about a lack of discipline and something like that. For most people, it has absolutely nothing to do with that. So I'm going to say some things And most of you are going to think that what I'm going to say is BS. But it could not be more factual than what I'm getting ready to tell you. First of all, as just as it pertains to Zion, Zion is not fat. He's never been fat. That's just his genetic makeup. Period. He just looks the way he looks. It's not because of eating. And how come when you see a 7-foot kid, nobody ever says, man, what in the heck did he eat to get so tall? You ever heard anybody say that?
No.
You just see a tall guy, and when you see a tall person, what do you instantly think?
I just think that they're tall, and I try to see whether or not, based on their body type, if they work out or anything, because they might be ball players.
But how do you think they got tall? When you see a tall person, how do you think they got tall?
I don't know how to think they got tall because they're just tall. So,
But you don't never think about, I wonder how that person got tall.
no,
Okay, well you in the minority, because most people are gonna say you never looked at a person and say, I wonder if his parents are tall. You never said that?
I might have thought that, but
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. So why is it that instantly when we see a tall person, the conversation doesn't go to, I wonder what he's eating, it goes to genetics. Okay? Well, I have studied DNA and seen things on YouTube and all that, and they say that 90% of your height is tied to genetics. 90%. Do you know what else they say as it pertains to weight? Do you know what percentage of your height is determined by your DNA? I'm sorry, but a percentage of your weight is tied to your DNA?
I'll say 85%.
90%. It's the same. It's no different. It's the same. Right? So why don't we, like, nobody ever looks when you walk up to a elephant, right? If somebody's gonna walk up to an elephant, you ain't never looked at that elephant and be like, man, elephant, why are you so fat? Bro, you need to work out. You are too fat. You don't look at an elephant and say that. You don't look at a gorilla and say, bro, come on, gorilla. You need to relax on whatever you eating, bro. Right? Nobody's ever said. We look at animals and we say, oh, that's just genetics. They're supposed to be that way. Humans are the same way. There's different DNA in humans just as much as in animals. You have the tallest people in the world, the shortest people in the world, the fattest people, the skinniest people. They're still human. You have people that are naturally blind, naturally blue eyes. You even got some black people who are naturally blind. Naturally, you have black people with blue eyes. Right? You have black people who are whiter than white people because they don't have any melanin. Like, it's all genetics. So the reason why Zion looks the way he looks, 90% of that is genetics. And that's for anybody. That's for you. That's for me. How often you and I go work out?
Every couple days.
Okay. Do we pretty much do the same exercises?
Yes.
All right. Now, this is a audio podcast, so they can't see us. Looking at us, people, if you didn't know it, you wouldn't, people have said this to me. That's your son? Because that's that much of a difference in some of our looks. Not all of our looks, but, especially our size. Until you started working out, you was a string bean. Right? I'm overweight. We're doing the same workouts. Now, you've put on muscle, and things like that. And, there's not much difference in my body. We're doing the same stuff. And I've been that way my whole life. And I eat right. I don't eat a lot of junk. I don't eat cake and ice cream. I used to be in the ice cream like last year, but I stopped that. When the last time I had a soda or a pop? Because they ain't going to believe me.
I can't remember the last time either of us had soda. It's been at least 4 years or something like that.
Okay. We don't like, so you see Gilbert Arenas on here talking about, man, I can't put down pop. I had 3 pops a day. Bro, there's no way I could drink 3 pops a day. Number one, I got blood sugar issues. I couldn't do that if I wanted to. Right? And on some days that I might overeat protein or whatever, I can't. Most of the time, I don't even finish my food, no matter what it is. But somebody will look at, oh man, what you eating? Dude, it's genetics, man. My mama was big. Everybody in my family is big. It's genes. Everybody in my family is also a musical genius for the most part, which is why I'm very good at music. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to take the good with the bad. What we don't have is a lot of 6'5" dudes, in our family. So that, as much as we love basketball, you probably would have had a chance to go to play college ball if you were 6'5", 6'4". You not. So it's genetics. So I just wish they would just leave the kid alone. That's the first thing. Now I got to take it to the next level. Zion's going to be fine. He's not getting hurt because of weight or anything. He's getting hurt because even dudes getting hurt is genetics. I have a saying in sports: hurt guys get hurt. Meaning, dudes that are prone to injury continue to be prone to injury. Zion had a wrap on his leg when he was 16. When I was watching his videos, and I'm like, why he got that thing on his knee? That tells me that something was going on then. He was much smaller then, so it has nothing to do with weight. Even that is genetics, right? So we'll see what happens with that. Here's the issue that I take, not just with these guys, but with a whole lot of guys. Gilbert Arenas is the poster child for what not to do when you make it in the NBA. Gilbert Arenas is one of the worst cautionary tales, as they say, in NBA history. Dude was averaging close to 30 or maybe over 30. There was a time for about a season and a half, Gilbert Arenas was that dude from a scoring standpoint, not a winning standpoint, not high basketball IQ stuff, but putting the ball in the hoop, absolutely. Okay? Is everything else that cost him his career. Getting into it with teammates, doing stupid stuff, gambling on the plane, and then you going after people because they owe you money with the gambling, so on and so forth, right? And then next thing you know, you're not playing. And then regrettably, the Wizards still had to pay this dude the rest of his contract. So he was a cautionary tale from a contract standpoint. Like, man, maybe we shouldn't pay these guys this kind of stuff. So that's what he went through. Everybody knows it. For him to now get up here and say, bro, you got to discipline yourself. You got to discipline yourself, bro. What? You didn't discipline yourself when you was his age? Everybody gets wiser when they get older. Right? Dude is 40-something now. So it's easy to look back. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, young fella. You could have did it this way. But, bro, when you were at Giants' age, you were doing the same thing and worse. Worse. You know what I'm saying? So I have a serious problem with that. And anybody else. The rest of the guys on the panel. Charles Barkley. I remember, of course, everybody remembers when Charles Barkley made the joke about Zion, right? And to be fair, I guess he put himself. He said he looked like me and Shaq had a baby, right? But Charles Barkley was an ass when he played. And for him to get up on that stage as he does so often and sit up here and berate these kids like he does consistently when he has 0 rings. He actually doesn't have 0 rings. He has -1 rings. That's how many rings he got. Never won a championship, wasn't a team player, wasn't a winning basketball player. As great as he was, yeah, the mound round or rebound or whatever the hell they called him, good rebounder, good player for his era. Charles Barkley would get cooked with a choice of sides if he played in today's NBA. He would absolutely get sauteed and filleted by these dudes because he didn't have a bag when he played. He was just bigger than everybody. Short, but bigger than everybody. He toughed it out. And, he could hit a little open shot. You should look up what Charles Barkley shot from 3. I don't think it was that great, but, it was enough for the 90s. These dudes today are bigger, faster, stronger, better players than Charles Barkley. But every chance he gets, he's talking about what he would have done and all of that when he has 0 championships. I don't have any problem with Shaq saying it. I don't have any problem with Kenny Smith saying it because Kenny Smith is a winning basketball player. It's just amazing to me how the winners always get put down, for the loud dudes that get highlights. And that's what Charles Barkley is. And I will tell him that to his face. But those have been like the biggest oppressors against Zion. And people just need to chill out, even for the off the court stuff. He's young. He going to make mistakes. But he ain't the first NBA player to get with some IG models or whatever the hell. And he ain't going to be the last. That's what they do. So, you know what I'm saying? But, Flight Mike and other, they building their whole channel after tearing this man down. And I'm just tired of it, dude. We only do that to us. We don't do that to nobody else. It's only us that we do that with, bro. Other people, they can get second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chance. What's my man name? Because I can't think of it now. The quarterback that got himself out the league because of all the stupid stuff he was doing, playing for the Browns, put his girlfriend head through the window. What's his name?
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know.
I can't think of his name right now. Shoot. He played for the Browns. He played in the Canadian League now.
Did he play for Miami?
No, I think he was just on one team. I'm not sure, man. But the fool was acting up in college. He had a bar fight in college like the day before, like a very important game. You know what I'm saying? So that was the prelude to what he was going to do. This dude has done everything under the sun. Yet, when it comes to the internet, all I see is, everybody deserves a 6th chance. Everybody deserves a 7th chance. Everybody deserves an 8th chance, right? Like I see less videos or hardly no videos about him, but Zion is living his life, doing things that a lot of people, myself included, would not agree with, but that's his life. Why we gotta have a scope into my man's life? Why we gotta have a magnifying glass on him, on Ja, on others, when there's been other people that's done worse and we don't focus on them? Brett Favre, Ben Roethlisberger, others. I saw nothing when they were going through their stuff. Nothing. But when we go through stuff, let Jameis Winston get some crab legs and it's front page news. Crab leg, do you know this man almost lost his career over crab legs? And I just hate to see it, man. So I'm going to defend him. I love the guy. He's a humble kid. He's an incredible basketball player. And if he stays healthy, I almost think at this point it's time for him to move on. Um, get him out of here. What?
Deshaun Watson?
Wait, Deshaun Watson is a model citizen as far as I know. No, this is a no. Dude, you looking up new stuff, man. This guy played some years ago. You don't know how. Somebody in the comments, y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Like say he play in the CFL now, or he did, or what last time I looked. And, everybody think he deserved a eighth chance, after all the stupid stuff that he's done. And so I just think they need to leave Cats alone. So, but let's see what happened. Hopefully he come back this year healthy, ready to go. And I just want him to light people on fire. Wemby better not play that game. They better not. They better have Wemby sitting down when they play Zion, because Zion might break the boy. Just be hurt, Wemby, if you listen. Just hey, I'm out. What's the injury? I'm just out. Don't play this game.